Hello everybody, welcome to DSA Race Group Heroes United Truck Series. Tonight DSA MC80 at Texas Motor Speedway. Should be a fun one tonight. We got, I believe,
I don't
we
hear you.
have
Oh, no.
um, about 15 guys racing. We're going to have 80 laps on the board at the mile-and-a-half. We were last Thursday night for a Cup Series, running it back one more time this season with the trucks. Currently on board with Jaden Duran, now Cody Payer. Currently 14th fastest with about 4.5 minutes left here in practice. Stages tonight going to be 20 laps in stage 1, 20 laps in stage 2, and a 40-lap sprint to the end. Should be a fun one tonight, and we'll have the broadcast up. We have timing tower actually working this week. Thank goodness. Last week was a real struggle. And I think that's what we got. Take a peek with the rest of these guys as we're running through practice. Everybody's out there. Ricky Howell Jr. currently fastest, 29.917. Got about top 3 breaking under 30 seconds. Everyone else running mid to low 30s. Field tonight, I believe we're looking at 30 laps or so on fuel. We want to fill up at the end of each stage. I'll be joined in the booth tonight by Xavier Bogard. Yep, we'll get you qualifying here in about 2.5 minutes. In the meantime, catch you there. Enjoy the rest of practice. putting you hot. Let's do this. Qualifying first out. We're gonna have, I believe, let's see who we can grab here. We're gonna grab William Crow, Allied Cody Payer. Let's see who we can grab further up track. Cole Christopher, I believe, was the first car out. He's gonna go for his hot lap here. Alright, Cole Christopher coming to the line, first time around. He's gonna hit turn 1 here. Looks like he held the seam pretty well around 1 and 2, carrying the momentum down the backstretch. Into 3 and 4 here, where you can be quite flat out. Trucks can step out a bit on you, but 3 and 4 is fast corner. So he's gonna come across the line here. 30.415, not quite what he was probably looking for there with the lap times, but we got, as Britain takes provisional pole for the time being, Crow. Davin Thornhill now comes across the line. He's going to go 6th fastest, 36.17. Travis Daly. As Cole Christopher now goes to the top, 31.25. Reminder, the fastest laps of practice were probably set under the lights as Britain took back to the top, 30.089. Michael here is going to cross the line, complete his first lap, I believe. Or, I apologize, start his first lap. Ricky Howell Jr., fastest in practice, runs out now. He's going to ride the wall, gain some momentum here coming across the line to start his first lap of qualifying. We've had about half the field set a lap so far as Howell dives it into 1 and 2. Jaden Duran up to 4th fastest, 32.62. Howell charges down the backstretch here. Into 3 and 4. It looks like he has actually aborted this lap. We'll see what happened there. Unsure. He's going to dive to the pits and hopefully try to run one more. We'll see if we can catch anyone else out on track. The 00. Going out to set his first lap. Evans now 4th fastest on the board. Tops Duran by about 8/1000ths of a second and hits the wall on a second lap as that'll end his qualifying effort. See if we can catch Howell back on track yet as we hop on board the 60 here of, I believe this would be Karen, as Karen Wheeler now goes 3rd fastest, 30.175. Good lap first time out. See if you can top it second time around. As blinking a bit there. All good. Dives it into 3 and 4. Grip fall off here is pretty quick. It can be harsh on the car here as we charge back to the line. Wheeler not quite faster than last time, but will maintain 3rd place. See if we can grab someone else. 33 of BJ Holton sitting on the apron. 5 of Davin Thornhill. 00 of Evans. Believe this will most likely wrap up our qualifying efforts. It looks that most guys have run a lap. Fortunately for Ricky, he was fastest in practice, but will not set a lap in the race, or in qualifying. I believe Kevin Page and Gino Zito also did not set a lap, and Mason Wilson did not set a lap in qualifying. Yep, we're going to grab pole winner, William Brittain. If he grab him in a second. Congrats to William. First start in the DSA race group. William, how are you feeling? Starting up front for your first ever race with us? What's the strategy looking like for tonight? Well, thank you for the input and good luck out there tonight, and hopefully we can chat with you again later. Alrighty, we're gonna get rolling here in a minute. I believe run through our starting lineup if we can. Get this going. It'll be a fun one tonight. We're gonna have 80 laps on the board. Here, as we're gonna go around the track twice before taking the green flag. Cautions and stuff will be done from the booth, or from iRacing. So we'll run through our starting grid real quick. We have starting on the first row, William Brittain in first for BritFam Racing, and to his outside, 29 of Cole Christopher. In the second row, we have Michael Egermont and Karen Wheeler, followed by Zachary Evans in the 00 for Travis Daly Racing, and Jaden Duran with DSA Racing in the 6th position. Starting in 7th, we have the 25 of Dwayne Crespo and the 33 of BJ Holton to his outside. Then we have the 35 of Travis Daly alongside the 85 here of William Crow, Cody Pear, Davin Thornhill, Gino Zito, and Ricky Howell Jr. alongside Kevin Page and Mason Wilson round out your field tonight. So we're going to get going here, I believe, one time around. Brittain gets rolling, takes the green flag from the leaders. Cole Christopher hard on the outside. Wheeler pushing hard into turn 1 as they dive down low. Brittain leads the inside lane in that 64 car. Gets a good run off corner exit as Cole Christopher now shoots to the inside of shoots to the outside of Wheeler. Wheeler here is going to have the momentum on the bottom. Christopher should have momentum on exit though. And Brittain's going to lead lap number 1 as Wheeler clears himself for second place. Brittain dives low again. Wheeler chooses the high lane this time. Opens up the inside for Christopher, who slots right back into third place. A lot of shuffling back in the pack right now, but no cautions yet as they've kept it clean for the first 2 laps around. Brittain leading both of them. We have, I believe that's Davin Thornhill on the inside there. We'll see what exactly happened there. See if we had a spin as he's slow to get going, but no caution yet. I believe he's now 1 lap down unfortunate for the start of the race. As Cole Christopher looks to the inside of Wheeler again here in 3 and 4. Dives it in there, washes up a bit, but clears himself across the 60s. You know, the 60s going to go switch back, chooses better, falls in line. So far, Britain holding that pole position the first 3.5 laps around. Everybody still bunched tightly together. Top 4 all in a train here, using that draft to their advantage, keeping it nice and close. Michael Eagermont back there in 4th, holding strong and holding along with this group. He's going to look to the inside here. Wheeler, not quite get there. Wheeler looks inside now on Cole Christopher for 2nd place. Dives it way low, making a move for the lead now as he got a huge run. And Wheeler's going to go to the lead. Wheeler's running first here as Eagermont now looks to the inside of him. He's going to get a run off corner exit, run down the backstretch as Britain looks along in 3rd. These guys side by side definitely slow each other down. Make it interesting here as they're going to be almost 3 wide off corner exit to the line. Eagermont's going to lead this lap as Britain's going to have the inside side by side with Wheeler for 2nd right now. Oh, as Britain gets a huge run on Eagermont. Almost clips him, but keeps it going straight. As this battle at the front's drawn everyone back into the lead group. Wheeler and Britain side by side for 3 rows behind the leader here. It's definitely making it interesting to start the race. As I believe Mason Wilson, 2nd place finisher last week, will not be starting this race, and in fact appears to be out, unfortunately. Davin Thornhill still holding strong, 1 lap down as, oh my goodness, Eagermont into the wall, holds it straight. Try to get a replay here on that in a second, as that was a huge moment. Uh-oh. Click the button. See if we can get what happened there. Okay, now I'll get a replay here in a second for us. Click something. As Britain still now maintains the lead. Wheeler to his inside. Wheeler wrapping that bottom. Britain's going to have run on outside exit. He's going to take back that lead. Brushes the wall just a slight bit. See if we can get a replay on that incident back there going. In the meantime, Britain's going to be holding strong halfway through stage number 1 here. This time around. Britain on the outside, Wheeler on the inside. These two starting to pull away a bit from that pack after drawing everyone back in. Further back, they're all tightly bunched up still. Cut away for a second, apologize. Working on background difficulties for a second. In the meantime, we have Wheeler dive into the inside on Britain for the lead again, as they're shuffling all over the place so far to start this race. Wheeler clears himself just barely over the nose of the 64. Cole Christopher now reeling these guys back in. Every time they go for the pass, everyone behind gets to inch their way closer and closer to the front. Going 3 wide, can really fan out here in turns 1 and 2. As Cole Christopher is now going to dive to the inside, they're going to be 3 wide for second place. As Wheeler holds strong on that outside lane and prevails back to the lead. Christopher is going to find himself back up into second place. Ricky Howell, after starting from the back, all the way up to third place already. As Wheeler continues trugging along there in first. Howell's going to dive to that inside. He's holding strong there. Has himself still firmly in third place. Daly now goes to follow the one car on that inside lane. As Christopher now finds himself in the lead. They're 3 wide there back for second place. Cole Christopher is going to lead this lap. Not quite. Wheeler gets a run on that outside. Daly now inside of Howell for third place. As Wheeler goes way wide into turn 1. He's going to lose a bit of time on entry, but gets a strong run on exit. He's going to have a chance to dive down to the inside of the 29 car here into 3 and 4. He shoots it way low, make it stick. He makes it stick, but not quite to the quarter panel of that 29 car. Christopher's going to lead lap number 16. We got about 4 laps to go here in stage number 1. Reminder, top 6 get stage points. And those points, oh so important, no winning you're in this season. Purely based on your points paying. Top 10 will make the chase. And in the meantime here, Christopher is going to keep leading. Now would be a good time to remind you that the driver with the most laps led earns himself a bonus point. But also, if you lead a lap at any point, which appears we've had about 4 guys do so far, you also earn yourself a bonus point alongside the fastest lap and winning the pole. Cole Christopher here chugging away up at the front. Strong battles back and forth here for second and third place. So Michael Egremont had to hit the pits after his earlier incident. He is now 1 lap down. Mason T. Wilson has entered the race, unfortunately 8 laps down. He's going to hopefully fight his way back, but it'll be a tough ask with about 60 laps to go here as they come to... misclick. As they come to the final lap here in stage number 1, Cole Christopher leads on Ricky Howell Jr. in second, Travis Daly in third. Wheeler's going to look to his inside back there for the position. Duran finds himself battling with his teammate Gino Zito for the final 2 stage points. As Cole Christopher, 29 car, is going to win stage number 1. Second place across the line is going to be Howell. Third, Daly. Fourth, Wheeler. Fifth, Duran. Sixth, Gino Zito. Those are your points paying. Pole sitter William Brim falls back to 7th place. And Michael Egremont's going to find himself with the free pass here this time around. As we'll see if we can find you a replay for our earlier incident. Not quite seeing it. Find the Davin Thornhills incident though real quick while we get a chance. Looks like he simply pulls to the apron, unsure of what exactly occurred here that would cause this incident. But we'll go back to the live feed real quick. As we have reached the end of stage 1, the lights are quickly coming on here with 60 laps to go in the race. See if we can get a view as the guys are going to hit pit lane here in a second. Going to be led. I'd imagine everybody's going to come in pit, take their set of tires, fuel. See if we can catch them on entry. We're going to go on board with the 29 here. He's going to go all the way down. One of Howell has an early pit due to qualifying effort. Cole Christopher, stage 1 winner, is going to dive into his stall. Pole sitter William Britton also dives into his. Looks like it's going to be 4 tires here for the 29 car and fill it up with fuel. Everybody else seems to be taking 4 almost, as I believe these guys inside of each other down the pit exit. I believe Daly's going to be in first, Howell in second, off of the pits. As Cole Christopher, stage 1 winner, loses 2 spots on pit road there. Step away for one moment here as they come around the pace laps. Alrighty, as we're going green for stage number 2 here. 20 laps again. Going to be slightly shorter due to the caution. We went caution free there in stage number 1. Cole Christopher was your winner. Lost himself 2 spots on pit road, unfortunately. But he finds himself now in third as Daly takes the lead. He jumps to the outside, to the inside. He's going to protect that inside from 29 car. One of Howell looks to dive into third place, as Daly had a little slip up there to see if anybody can capitalize on his little slide, as Howell's going to get a run here on the outside. He's going to side draft, suck that quarter panel of Daly. Daly hits the apron, washes up a bit. Howell's going to get the run off corner exit, but will it be enough to lead the lap? Yes, it will, as Howell now goes to the lead. He's got 29 of Cole Christopher hard on his bumper here. They look to pull away. As Durant slides up, slides down, he barely holds on to that car as he's sliding all over the place there. Howell leads front 4 single file. Now front 7 single file. Around to lead lap number 26. As Daly is going to go ride to that bumper. Wheeler shoots to the outside of the 29 car there due to the stack up. He's going to get the run on the outside, see if he can clear himself, shoot low on 35. Thinks about it, thinks better, goes high. He's going to have to block that run from the 2 wide cars behind him as Daly looks to the outside of Howell. Not quite get there, gives him a little push here inside the bumper of the 1 car. He's going to come around. Howell leads 3rd consecutive lap. Daly's going to look to the inside, not quite get there. Now he's got the 60 of Wheeler on his outside. Wheeler's going to get a run here on corner exit. And with the draft help of the 1 pulls low to pull the 35 instead. Wheeler's getting a push from the 77. He's going to get to the outside. He's going to ride that all over the place, very squirrely up there. Don't want to get too high into the marbles. Allows 35 to capitalize. He's going to shoot back to that inside lane. Cross the line. The 1 car has to block from both sides of the track as the 60 car is going to get a huge run here on the corner exit. 35 car drifts up the track. 60 not quite clear. 35 now getting the tow from the 1 as they're 2 wide for 2nd and 2 wide for 4th. It's been great racing so far. Very clean, very cautious of each other as we got 15 cars on the lead lap. And caution, as I say that, comes out. See if we can grab what exactly happened here, as I believe this will be the 19 car. As the 00 hits the outside. Oh, they avoided chaos there as the 00, I believe, hits the wall. See if we can grab exactly what happened. We have this 00 car. See if we can get an onboard look here from the 19 perspective. 00, I believe, hits the outside, and Duran just unexpected gets into the grass, keeps it straight, comes back up just a bit, maybe kisses the 04. Caution comes out, saves it, and avoids greater harm. That's some great wheel there from the 19 car to avoid any chaos and further damage as they're gonna escape scot-free, it seems like. In the meantime, Howell leads the 60 car of Wheeler in 35 of Daly. He's led what seems to be the last 5 or 6 laps. Great run so far for Howell, starting from just about last place there after a rough qualifying. A reminder, he was fastest in practice. As I believe that is the 60 car hit in pit road there, and a couple other takers, it looks like, as the 60 of Wheeler decides why not use one of those 4 sets of tires right now that they have in the pits after already using one earlier. Gonna leave him with only 2 left. He's got to be cautious later on, but hopefully he can use that to make a run on these guys later on in this stage, as we also have our pole sitter, William, and the 19 of Duran all hit the pits. They're going to use those fresh tires, hopefully to their advantage, and slice through about 14 cars to the front. Like I said earlier, these tires sure do fall off quickly, so anytime you can put new ones on, it's definitely worth it. As we'll take a look at the fastest lap time so far here on our scoring pylon. It looks to be Gino Zito in the 77 so far with the fastest lap and earning himself that bonus point. But as the track continues to cool throughout the night, I'm sure we'll find ourselves faster laps. And you'll see caution here that so far this race has got a couple big movers. Howell, Zito, and Page all up over 10 spots this race so far. Quite impressive from these three guys here, as I believe we're going to be hitting the one to go this time by. Meantime here, let's see if we can get now would be a good time to remind you guys to make sure and tune in to Thursday night's race at Watkins Glen International Raceway up in New York, as Sporting Heroes Cup Series plans to hit its first right turns of the season, at least for some drivers. I'm sure others have had a few right turns so far, but we're going to hit our first road course of 3 this season, a new high for this Cup Series. And that'll be quite an interesting race with some chaos expected in turns 1. So you never know when those restarts happen, who decides to go where. And track limits, not so much a factor. You can fan them 4 or 5 wide there. But in the meantime, we're going to see the pace car dive off here. Howell in first, Daly in second, Zito in third, Christopher in fourth. Howell chose the inside lane. He's going to roll up to our restart zone here at Texas Motor Speedway. And away he goes. He gets a slight jump as Daly is quick to the throttle there. Hopefully no penalty for him. But it really hurt him on the get-go. In the meantime, Cole Christopher is going to dive to that inside. And Daly's going to fall back in line into third. Zito in fourth still. Evans finding his way up. Check on these guys further back in the pack. Some of these guys with new tires look to be quick with the moves. Use the tires while they're best. 60, who was running second of Garen Wheeler, up already inside the top 10 there as he drifts a bit wide on corner entry there. 04 Mason Wilson also drifts high into Davin Thornhill. Oh no, the 87 of Kevin Page, 60 Karen Wheeler, and I believe 63 of Michael Egermont all got tied up there, as that was unfortunate. See if we can get what exactly happened there. As these guys seem to have just been getting tangled up. I think the 87 thought he had a little more room than he did. See if we can get him. As the 63 just taps that wall there, and the 87 maybe expecting not wall contact. It looks like he drifted high a bit. He gets a little airborne. 60 car also gets hooked. That's unfortunate for those guys. Man, you hate to see any incidents like those happen, especially for the poor 60 car Wheeler, who's running up front for quite a while this race. Finds himself caught up in an incident that really wanted no part of, but that's the risk you take with those fresh tires. He went from running up front all the way to the back. Costly incident there, as our fellow guys involved in the incident hit pit road here. Hopefully damage isn't too bad. They can fix it and not have to waste that lone fast repair they have for the race. Howell still leads up front with the 29 of Christopher in second, 35 of Daly in third, Zito in fourth, Evans in fifth, and Crow in sixth. That rounds out our points paying positions at the moment. And this really hurts for those guys who just took those fresh tires, as they get less time to abuse that benefit. See if we can grab some of these guys as in the pits here. I believe everybody exited. Looks like most of these guys planned on using their fast repair. As our leader, Ricky Howell Jr., right now has led 12 laps. Run through some of these guys up front, see where exactly they stand in terms of laps led. And Mason Wilson will gladly take this wave around, get himself back within 4 laps down. Might be the biggest fan of these incidents so far. Second place, Cole Christopher led 7. Gino Zito currently has not led a lap. Travis Daly has led 2. That's the third leader so far. As Howell is going to take that inside lane yet again for this restart. See what he can do there, as we'll try to pull up a race recap real quick. As we hit lap 38 of 80, we're going to have a quick sprint to the end, about 2 laps to conclude stage number 2 before we'll see most likely a ton of pit stops here to conclude the end of the stage. In the meantime, we're going to have the pace car pull down to the inside onto pit road. 1 of Ricky Howell Jr., 29, Cole Christopher on his outside. Howell gets a little roll, gets going to the line here. He's going to hit the green. Away he goes. It's a huge run on the restart. Daly in third, not quite as good of a jump. Howell dives it down to the inside. He's going to roll that bottom. Cole Christopher clears himself for second place, maintains that position. As we're coming around to about a lap and a half here remaining in stage number 1. Howell hoping to hold on for a mile and a half longer here as he hits the line. Daly, meanwhile, looking inside, outside, trying to find whatever he can to get that second place position. That extra point, like I said, every point matters, as Zito now looks to the outside of Daly. He's going to get a run, not quite going to get there though, and he's going to in fact tap the wall. He's going to lose a lot of momentum here, and Evans now can dive to the inside. Evans shoots low. He's going to not quite clear the 77. 77 is going to look to pull him back as Ricky Howell Jr. wins stage number 1. 77 of Gino Zito holds on to 4th place, as we have concluded stage number 2 here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. Ricky Howell Jr., stage 2 winner. Cole Christopher, stage 1 winner, finished 2nd. Travis Daly 3rd. Gino Zito in 4th. Zachary Evans 5th. Cody Payer rounds out your points paying positions here. So we've hit the halfway point tonight. 4 cautions so far. Mostly clean race. Stage number 2 featured 2 smaller incidents, but this has been nothing short of entertaining so far here tonight. Let's see if we can dial up some guys here. Mason T. Wilson's going to use this caution, get another lap back He's got to be feeling great each time he can get one of those laps back after unfortunate issues, circumstances to start his race. So we're going to dive down to pit road here, see if we can get onto Ricky Howell Jr. I have to imagine almost everybody's going to hit the pits. A couple guys may have stayed out earlier to benefit themselves as far as flipping the stage here. Going to have to pit at least one more time, I believe, as Howell hits pit lane. He's in first. Oop. Apologize there. As Howell hits his pit stall, overshoots it just a bit. That's going to be costly there if he wants to keep his lead in this race. Cody Parrer also overshoots his pit stall. As Cole Christopher, you have to imagine it's going to be quick here on this pit. Howell blows through a bunch of stalls. That might be a penalty there, as he did not go all the way to the outside. In fact, I believe Ricky Howell Jr. unfortunately is going to cost himself there for driving through too many pit stalls. Man, disaster pit road there for Ricky Howell Jr. Travis Daly comes out second. Gino Zito third. Zachary Evans fourth. Cole Christopher yet again loses a lot of spots. 15-second pit stop. Have to imagine what exactly cost him there. Man, this is going to be a costly incident for Ricky Howell Jr. But he's already driven from the back once this race. Can he drive through to the front again? We will find out here in a minute. Ricky Howell Jr. receives his end-of-line penalty there. Fortunately for him, just too many pit boxes. Can't do that there. In the meantime, our new leader, Davin Thornhill in the 5, 63 of Michael Egermont on the outside lane. So we're going to come to green on lap 45 of 80. We'll see what the strategy here is towards the end. 40 laps, 35 lap sprint to the checkered flag. Will caution fly again? Will we see any incidents happen? Time will tell as Davin Thornhill hits the restart zone. Away he goes. Duran gets a huge jump behind him as the 5 and 19 pull away 1-2 to start. The outside lane just stacked up. You have to wonder if the 63 just couldn't quite put the throttle down there. As the 19 dives low on the 5. 19-5. 5 goes wide. 19's going to take the lead there from the 5. They're side by side into one. Can the 5 hold on strong on the outside? Not quite. 19 clears himself. Duran is your new leader here on lap 45. Daly looks to the inside of Davin Thornhill for second. Not quite going to get there on entry. Will he get there on exit? It looks like he gets the throttle down a bit quicker there. He's side by side with the 5 now for second place. They're side by side at the back. Guys sliding all over the place. Thornhill holding strong on the outside. Daly charging low inside. Daly's going to not quite clear himself on exit. He's going to be side by side down the front stretch for second place. They're now side by side for fourth place there. Zachary Evans dives low on Kevin Page. He's going to clear himself on entry, not quite clear on exit, as Daly's now clear to second. Evans holding strong on the inside of Page. Evans is going to look to use the toe of the 5 of Thornhill, charge back up further. In the meantime, we have Evans on the inside, Thornhill on the outside. Braden back finds himself towards the front again after being our pole sitter. He's running right now in 6th place on the inside of the 87 of Kevin Page. Kevin Page not quite sure where to go, inside, outside. He's riding the high line, trying to find a run and maybe get down to the low lane. Evans now clears himself for 3rd place on the 5 of Thornhill. Front 4 seem to be single file for the time being as Britton now gets to the inside of the 5. Page clears himself, gets a little sideways on exit, but clears himself there in 6th place. Zito dives to the inside of Wheeler for 7th place. Zito gets blocked by the 64. 64 hits the apron, washes up a bit. Zito, they're 3 wide, the 60. Wheeler, I think we had spins everywhere. 87 of Page, 77 of Zito. He goes back up the track. And the 87 of Page just got cleared out by the 60 of Wheeler. See exactly what happened here. Man, that was unfortunate to see. Wheeler just coming through after getting sideways. 87. It's a huge hit. Man, you do not want to see those, especially for Wheeler, who I believe is out of his faster pair from earlier. Let's see if we can grab some other angles here of this incident. Let's see where it first started. The 60 car seems to blink out here on the backstretch. Away he goes, and when he comes back, he's sideways. The 63 car just hits up square, unsure of exactly where he is. Cole Christopher avoids it. 60 comes back down the track, but it was further up where the next incidents happened. Kevin Page, I believe, gets tagged by the 77 of Zito. Page goes sliding. He comes back. He gets drilled there by the 85 of Crow. Dwayne Crespo narrowly avoids the incident, but Wheeler not so lucky. Man, those are some huge hits. Hate to see that happen. Page fixing his damage. Durant still running first. As that would be our 5th caution of the day. Hate to see those things happen. See exactly here where we got pit wise, as certain guys are hitting pit road here. Looks like a lot of guys towards the back are going to take this time, maybe fix up some damage, fix up some repairs. Howell comes down, takes some Goodyear tires. He's first off of pit road. In the meantime, Durant's going to have Daly on his outside. Evans behind him. Michael Egermont finds himself back up to 4th place. Cole Christopher in 5th. Dwayne Crespo in 6th. Take this time to show fastest laps of the race on our scoring pylon here in a second. Reminder, fastest lap of the race does earn you a bonus point. as it looks like our fastest lap still belongs to the 77 of Gino Zito at a 29.943. It's going to be hard to beat that lap time with laps quickly winding down here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. As I have appeared to broken my mouse. Little broadcast pit stop there. Gino Zito, fastest lap, but finds himself back in 13th after being involved in our latest caution. Duran, current leader, he finds himself up front. What did I do? Uh-oh. Duran in first place. He hits the restart zone here, and away he goes. A decent jump there on the 35 and zero of Evans. Duran blinks out there briefly. Hits turn one in the lead. Strong start so far for Duran. How do I? Oh, wouldn't be a Hendrix DSA broadcast if I didn't break at least one thing with my overlay here, as I'm gonna hopefully work on fixing this. At least y'all can see our beautiful thing as a couple guys towards the back hit the wall there. Try to jump to the front real quick. Get the 19 of Duran. He's holding strong. Deli's now falling back to fourth. Howell on those fresh Goodyear tires already quickly up to third. He's charging hard to the front here. Man on a mission after that earlier mistake cost him big time. Oh no, I just broke everything. Oh great. Well, this is awesome. Apologies here. Um, oh my goodness. Well, I'm having a blast. Let's see if I can fix this real quick. Oh, overlay's gone as Duran has now unfortunately lost the lead. We'll try to get our overlay back here in a second. In the meantime, I believe we have a new leader of the race. Ricky Howell Jr. finds himself up front. They are Payer and Michael Egermont back there alongside BJ Holton as Payer now is sideways. He's going up over. That's going to be a caution for sure. See if we can grab the replay of that real quick. Oh, yet again, that's just the 63 car. He's there on the outside. The guy on the inside just doesn't know and gets himself caught up in an unfortunate wreck as Payer goes up in the air. Man, that's unfortunate for the 63 car. It looks like nobody else was involved. Hopefully the damage is minimal there. have to imagine these guys will hit pit road here and get their tires as we're down to not a few laps left. Britain stays out. Not everyone else stays out, though, as Howell leads him down pit road to presumably use his last set of Goodyear tires. But you saw how fast those tires got him to the front. Tires are king today. Daly also down in the pits. This will most likely be these guys' final pit stop here, as we only have 20 laps to go. Definitely risky to use the last set of tires. Step away here for a second as Howell's first off pit road. Try to get you your overlay back real quick. Apologize for my mistakes there with clicking buttons I apparently wasn't supposed to click. We've lost most of our data here for the race, but the overlay's back. Congratulations to me. I'm gonna see about 21 laps to go here as they cross the line this time around. Gonna take the 1 to go, I believe. So we'll hop on board with our leader, the 64 William Britton, charging hard up front. He was our pole sitter today. BJ Holton finds himself up towards the front alongside fastest lap holder Gino Zito in the 77, Devin Thornhill in the 5 car. As they come down the backstretch here, we're going to have 18 laps to go at Texas Motor Speedway. It's been a fun one so far. We've avoided a lot of the chaos and early spins we saw last week, but we've had a couple guys drift a little too high, a little too far, race a little too close to each other, a couple spins, a couple guys leave the ground. These trucks, they sure do like the air, so it's hard to tell what is what, but pace car dives low. 64 car William Britton leads him around the tri-oval here, and away he goes. He hammers down at the beginning of the restart zone. He fires off. 18 laps to go. Davin Thornhill restarted third, gets a great jump on that inside lane. He's going to be in second. BJ Holton in third. Britton rolls away from his buddies as towards the back of the pack we see Payer down to the inside. He was just airborne, unfortunately for him, in that Shrekmobile. Mason T. Wilson finds himself back on the lead lap after complications earlier in the race. He's been gritty in this race. Gritty enough to find himself towards the front. Ricky Howell Jr. on those new tires, already up to 5th place. He's hard charging on the outside. He's going to get a great run here on corner exit as they stack up on the bottom. He's going to shoot a little sideways, a little all over the place. Let's run the bumper here of Howell. Howell on that outside. He's going to try to roll the top, get a little slip from the 33, a little bit of the draft. A little bit of draft for the 5 here. Make his move yet again here into turn number 1. He's going to actually tuck behind the 63 here. Try to cross him over, which I believe he's going to be successful here. Great run on corner exit for Ricky Howell Jr. William Britton holding strong there in first place over the 5 car. He seems to be pulling away, but Howell is charging through this field along with Daly. Daly just cutting up right behind him. Howell shoots outside might dive back to the inside here of Holton, touches the grass just a bit, goes back to the top, opens the door here for Daly as Howell looks to back up this corner just a bit. He's going to get to the inside. They're going to be 3 wide here for second place. Holton with the block, not quite going to be clear to block him. Has to give Howell the room. Howell's going to have the preferred lane here into 3 and 4. Howell to the inside. Daly washes up just a bit there. He's going to be charging alongside the 1 car. Daly gets a little bit of sideways. One of Howell backs up the corner again. He's going to shoot past the 5. He's going to be clear for second place. Will Daly do the same? Potentially. He's not quite clear going into 3 and 4, but now he is. Thornhill falls back to the 4th position here as Howell has his sights quickly set on Britton. He's eating away at that gap quickly, tenths of a second at a time. As Howell looks to back up the corner like he has been the last few laps. Quite a different approach than the rest of the group. A couple guys too wide towards the back. 13 laps to go, coming to 12. Howell now within a quarter of a second of William Britton for the lead. Daly's hard charging behind in 3rd. These guys have no rest, no quit. Howell's been found at the back twice this race. It doesn't matter for him. He's going to keep charging to the front. Daly's going to get a huge run here in the 3rd position. He's going to have a shot to maybe make a move for 2nd as Howell looks to make a move for 1st. This quarter with the front 3 all under a blanket. They've pulled away a 2nd from 4th place. If they battle too much, spin. Thornhill goes around. He's spinning. He gets hooked from behind. And right as we were having such an interesting battle for the lead, Thornhill goes around. See if we can get a replay here of what exactly happened. I believe 63 yet again finds himself in an incident. This time it looks like it will be his fault. Cole Christopher gets a little bit of damage as well, but fortunately for Thornhill, he was running well up front, finds himself turned off the nose of the 63. Man, Michael has had quite an interesting race. He's had 2 cars go flying off his nose, and now punts another, unfortunately. You have to wonder now, Britton on those tires, will he come to the pits? Gotta use that last set if you have them here. Tires mean so much. Look how fast Howell was able to get to the front. Howell stays out. Daly stays out. Britton left alone on an island. Mason T. Wilson, Davin Thornhill joined him, but everyone else stayed out. And if you're William Britton, you have to be shocked by that move. No, it's going to be less than 10 laps to go when we go green, but if I'm Britton, I feel pretty good here being the only one on fresh Goodyear tires alongside the guys at the back. Should be able to peel through this field. Needs to gain about 10 spots. As our pole sitter gets himself 4 Goodyear tires. He'll pull away, not quite first off pit road as Mason T. Wilson's going to be first. Britton 2nd off the line. He's going to be in the 12th position. He's going to have quite the uphill battle here with, I believe, once we go green, about 8 laps to go. Ricky Howell Jr. finds himself back at front yet again. He has led a race. Oh, I forgot we lost data. Disregard. I don't know how many laps he's led. It's probably in the 20s. But Howell's going to lead Daly in 2nd, Evans in 3rd. Cole Christopher finds himself in 4th. Cody Payer, after getting involved in that last incident, finds himself quickly back up into 5th place. Zito 6th. Holton 7th. Dwayne Crespo in 8th. Jaden Duran finds himself in 9th. Mason T. Wilson 10th. William Britton 11th. Michael Yermont 12th. Davin Thornhill 13th. Kieran Wheeler still in the pits in 14th. William Crow 15th. Kevin Page, unfortunately, is out of the race. Ricky Howell Jr. running in the first position here with, I believe, 8 laps to go once we get the green. Pace car here's exiting turn 4. He's going to pull down to that inside lane all the way to the bottom onto pit road. They're going to be 2 by 2 by 2, 6 rows deep. Couple guys on that inside lane. Howell hits the restart zone and away he goes. He fires off. Gets a decent jump there. Daly in second. Evans in third. Daly tries to tight. Evans gets shoved into the crash just a bit. He's able to hold on quite clear. Howell pulls away up into the lead. He's been the fastest car since practice. Fastest car in the race just about as far as passing people goes. But will he be able to hold on for 8 more laps? As we look towards the back, Mason T. Wilson on those new tires quickly charging up front. He's already found himself up in the 5th position, 3 wide there, and he gets spun. Oh my goodness. As I do the silly thing again, we have another incident. Mason T. Wilson, I mean, what a move that was. He found himself quickly, and then he just looks like Mason just cleared himself unexpectedly. He thought he had it. Cole Christopher had the run on the outside. Mason Wilson gets up in there. Duran gets spun. Man, you hate to see that. Especially for some guys who had a real shot at it. Duran has a huge hit. Mason Wilson, huge hit. 60 car Kimberlin finds himself in yet another incident. Man, sure is unfortunate for these guys here. As we're going to potentially have a green-white checkered, a natural green-white checkered. Reminder, a maximum of 3 green-white checkered attempts in the truck series. Will we use all 3 tonight? Hopefully not. Hopefully we're able to get some clean runs. As last Thursday's race here at Texas in the Cup Series saw us the first ever DSA race finish under caution, as we used up all 2 Cup Series green-white checkers. Ricky Howell Jr. is going to find himself in quite the predicament as far as getting rolling here. He got a great jump on the last one. Daly struggled on the restarts just a tad as far as timing him up. Howell's been going quite late in the restart zone. So we're going to have a couple guys, unfortunately, out of the race from that incident. We have a couple guys hitting pit road here as it's open. Duran on the pit lane. He's going to look to repair the remainder of his damage in that 19 DSA Racing truck. Meantime, we'll run through our order as of the moment. In first place, we have Ricky Howell Jr. Second is Travis Daly in the 35 for Travis Daly Racing. Third, Zachary Evans, also, I believe, in the Travis Daly Racing Mobile. Let's see if we can pull up our overlay real quick. In the 4th position, we have the 3 of Cody Payer for Back Bumper Bandits. In 5th place, BJ Holton in the 33 car. In 6th place, Cole Christopher in the 29, also for Travis Daly Racing. The 64, William Britton for Brit Fam Racing, our pole sitter. He currently 6th, 7th, I believe with the freshest tires on track, so this will be definitely doable for him. I guess I clicked something again on the broadcast. Go figure. As I'll continue shuffling through these guys. In the 8th position, Devin Thornhill for DSA Racing. Gino Zito, also DSA Racing 77. Dwayne Crespo in the 25, 19 Jaden Duran, and 60 Karen Wheeler rounds out your current running order. 12 cars running, 16 started the race, 12 look to be finishing, as we're going to go four laps when we hit the green flag. Ricky Howell Jr. looks to hold on to his lead. He's been hands down the best truck today. He's had to battle through a qualifying mishaps, pit road penalty, in fact. But yet he finds himself in the first position, matching that car number with 4 laps to go here at Texas Motor Speedway. Will Ricky Howell Jr. find himself a DSA Race Group Here's United Truck Series winner? We'll find out here in the closing stages of this race. Pace car is going to pull down to the pits. 1 Howell first, 35 Daly in second. 0 of Evans in third, 3 Cody Payer in third. Howell gets going, he gets rolling, he gets a great jump yet again. He pulls away from our leaders. Daly getting hounded here by the 0 of Evans. Evans is going to get to that inside position. Britton there on those new tires. He looks to the inside of Holton. Daly looks to hold strong on this outside 00. The Evans machine powers along that inside. Payer looking unsure where to go here on these guys side by side. Britton unable to get past the 33 of Holton quite yet. He's going to look outside, try to use those tires to get a roll off the corner. Not quite. As Daly is holding strong. Howell's loving this in his rear view mirror. He is now pulling away from these guys in second. Daly clears himself. He's going to have 1 lap to make up, half a second on Howell. Howell takes the white flag. There's 1 lap to go at Texas Motor Speedway. Howell commanding a 0.4 of a second lead. Daly quickly closing in, but it looks to not be enough. Might be too little, too late. Daly half a second back. It's increasing. 0.6. Howell coming across the line. He goes through 3 and 4 one final time. Ricky Howell Jr. is going to come off of turn 4. He's going to dive across the apron, and Ricky Howell Jr. is a Here's United Truck Series winner. Daly comes across the line in second. Evans third. We'll have guys in pit road. Dwayne Crespo is going to come across the line in sixth. Gino Zito in 7th, 19 of Duran. So I believe we had last lap incident there with the 60 and the 64. I'll try to go back and watch the replays here in a minute. But congratulations to Ricky Howell Jr. on his first career victory in the Here's United Truck Series. Looks like he's going to burn it down here on this front stretch. A well-deserved victory in a well-run race by that one machine. We'll pull him up here in a few minutes, but man, that was quite the race we had today. A lot of competitive moves, a lot of battles. In the end, it looked like Daly might have had a chance, but Howell used that great restart to his advantage. It quickly pulled away from the pack and continued that lead. So we'll see if we can grab this incident here in a second. We'll pull up our top 3 finishers here into the broadcast booth. We'll start off with our race winner, Ricky Howell Jr. Ricky, congratulations on the victory, sir. Doing well. How are you? How are you feeling after the big win today?
Actually get it done here, especially messing up in qualifying and then getting that penalty on pit road.
Yeah, there's some times where you found yourself stuck towards the back of the pack, but you were able to fight through them. Tell Tell me how you're able to keep the head straight and keep it going towards the front.
Well, the first run there, I just uh, was trying to take it easy on tires, so pretty easy on tires that first run because I knew it was going to be well, I was hoping it was going to be a long run, and the tires paid off. Saving some tires there, we was able to run them down near the end of that run. I think we had like a 20 lap run there, so it made up there, and we was able to gain some ground there. I think we got the second or third or something like that. So um, that first run really paid off there for us on tires.
Yep, and you found yourself with that interesting pit road penalty, driving through too many boxes. How did that make you feel in the moment?
Um, most of the time I would have probably got upset about it, but I really wasn't upset. I guess I'm just used to, running official races and iRacing. Everybody's going through the boxes. So I wouldn't. It's my fault. I wasn't heads up there, but it taught me a good lesson. So hopefully it won't happen again.
Yep. Well, is there anyone you want to thank? Anyone you want to
Yeah,
mention?
just shout out to my wife. I think she was in there watching. I don't know if she done fell asleep or not. She come in here after that penalty and was like, "What happened? I thought you were leading. You're in the back." Um, but appreciate you guys for throwing the broadcast on. You guys are awesome. Thanks to the guys that's running the league here, and seems like some good guys. It looked a lot better than last week. A lot of people seemed like they was all over the place last week at Daytona, and they the whole group of guys really surprised me tonight. Really good race tonight.
Yep, kept it clean. Well, thank you, Ricky. I'll let you go celebrate your victory tonight, and look forward to seeing you next week.
All right, appreciate you guys.
Well, that was Ricky Howell Jr., race winner. We're going to pull up our second place finisher, Travis Daly, here in a second. Travis, congratulations on the second place finish. How are you feeling?
Thank you, thank you. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great.
Strong points paying position. You found yourself there with a couple chances to maybe get to the front. Did you think you could maybe do anything different to get that last position?
It was tough. The restarts, leader was dropping down into first gear, and it's so tough when you're in first gear. Like the RPMs are already so high, and just trying to rip it right there and slam it in second. Trying to time that up with the leader, it's tough. So I think I did about all I could. It was a great run for Travis Daly Racing as a whole. Cole Christopher, he took home a stage win. Zach Evans, he's literally, I shit you not, racing off of an ironing board in a hotel room right now. So I couldn't be happier as team owner, coming home second, third, and fifth.
Yep. I want to say, is there anyone you want to mention, reach out to? How you feeling? Any last comments for the race?
Yeah, like I said, I think we had a good solid day. Appreciate all the team members, the ones that were able to make it, the ones that weren't, just everybody for putting in the work. So, and then shout out, we have a partnership with Apex Sim Racing. So go check us out. Find us on Facebook, Travis Daly Racing. We've got the Apex information on there. Get you a 5% discount code. So other than that, no, I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Of course. Congratulations, Travis. We'll catch you later on.
Thank you.
All right, and last up, we'll grab our third place finisher, the zero car of Zachary Evans. Zachary, congratulations on the third place finish, podium position despite the interesting setup there in the room. How are you feeling after that?
Hold up.
You're good.
What is going on? My speaker mode is not working. Hello?
Yes, hello, Zachary. Welcome to the broadcast booth. I want to say congratulations on third place and how we're feeling with that setup of yours pulling it home in third.
Yeah, honestly surprised the internet lasted through the hotel. I don't think I heard anything about me blinking or lagging or anything, but other than that, I was very surprised. Truck was very bad in practice and turned out it happened to be really good in the race.
Yep, and you had your fair chances towards the end there. Was there any thoughts on maybe getting the second or first? Anything you wish you could have done differently as far as race strategy goes?
Yeah, I know earlier in the race, me and Jaden Duran, I got him in the left rear, and I think I could have taken the lead, but he came down on me a little bit. But I think I could have gained the lead and maybe controlled the race from there. But other than that, the end there, I definitely could have pushed Travis a little bit harder. But being a teammate, I didn't want us to wreck us both and cost both of our good finishes. So kind of laid back on those last 3 laps and brought her home third.
It was a strong team effort today. You guys as a team picked up a lot of stage points. Stage win with the 29 car. I want to say, is there anyone else, any last comments, anyone else you want to mention, thank as far as the race goes?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Braxton's Card Shop, Caxonville, Brett and Hannah, 41 Graphics, Joiner Keeney, Leadfoot TV, Wade's Grill. All of them, they're great sponsors for us, and hopefully we can get them in victory lane after too long.
Alrighty, well, thank you very much, Zachary, and we'll catch you later on this week.
Hey, see you at Watkins Glen.
Alrighty, well, I want to thank you very much from the DSA Race Group and for joining us today on the broadcast. We will be back live on the 7th of May, Thursday night, 8 p.m. with Dwayne in the booth for the DSA MC 50 at Watkins Glen in the Cup Cars. And we will be back in the trucks next Tuesday night. I believe on the schedule we'll hit, if I'm not mistaken, we will hit Martinsville, our first short track of the season. One last time we'll run through finishing order and Howell claiming his first win, Daly in second, Evans in third, Payer fourth, Cole Christopher finishes fifth, also picks up a big stage win. Crespo in sixth, Zito seventh. Zito, I believe, maintained his fastest lap of the race. He'll earn the bonus point there. Duran in 8th, Thornhill 9th. Wheeler rounds out your top 10. Britton, Holton, Wilson, Egremont, Crow, and Page round out your running order tonight. Britton also earns the bonus point for winning the pole. I will say thank you very much. Thank you on behalf of Xavier